Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about prepping a kit for a match or a shooting competition or even a class. So I'm getting ready to go shoot a competition, but it's going to be a night shoot. There's going to be some unique considerations for that. And as such, I figured it'd be interesting for you guys to see how I pack, what I pack, and what I'm going to use for this match. So first things first, this case is a Pelican 1620. I like it a lot because it is a cube, right? It's kind of like a big box. It's not a long, thin case that screams gun. It has nice, hard locking points. It's like nice metal locking points. Four latches around it. It has wheels. It has a handle that pops out, and it doesn't necessarily scream firearm. On top of that, what I also like is that because of its size, it'll typically fit pretty well within any vehicle's trunk. So if you're flying, getting a rental car, all that kind of stuff, this case is going to make your life a little bit easier. If you have one of the longer rifle cases, there are some vehicles that it just will not fit in, and that is no go. So as I go through this, I want to start breaking stuff down, packing it up, and I'll explain kind of like the what and the why behind what I'm bringing. So as I said, it's a night match. We're doing rifle and pistol. So I'm bringing my 14.5 416-ish gun. So I got the HK upper, the long Geisley rail, the Surefire dual fuel. I think it's like a 1500 lumen, whatever it is, super bright. Surefire flash hider, Aimpoint T2, right, 2 MOA dot on the Spur HRT mount, and of course I have my Knights backup sights, because they fit and they don't hurt anything on this rifle. On the lower, before I turn the gun over, Knights lower, no big deal. Knights trigger, Knights anti-safety, of course the correct buffer and tube. Some BCM furniture. You guys see I always mark my stock with the actual 0. Supercharging handle, right, keeping with the Geisley theme there. And then we'll talk about some buttonology here. So I keep this vert grip here for 2 reasons. The first is that eventually I'm going to start putting a LPVO on this rifle more permanently. As such, this rail section is where I'll put my bipod. So I kind of just threw the vertical grip there to protect the rail section, but also because this is a very heavy and especially front heavy gun. So having the rail and the grip really helps me kind of wield the weight of this upper and kind of pull this into my shoulder, a little more positive grip. Could I use something like a grip stop? I mean, sure, whatever. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, as far as I'm concerned. I got a rail section with a QD mount out here in case I need to put my sling out and do some basic rifle marksmanship. But I don't foresee that going on in this match. And then I have my button up top here at 12 o'clock. So in the daytime, I'll usually run my gun like this, with my thumb right along the side, and then at night I'll just pop over and hit that button. So that's pretty common and universal buttonology for me between a bunch of different accessories for a rifle. And this is also kind of, in my mind, highlights one of the upsides of the Geisley rail, is that because it is a little bit higher than a standard rail, like this position here is pretty natural. It's kind of hard to do a white light ND. So that right there is the rifle I'm bringing. I'm going to pack it down in this case, broken down. All right, so we'll take our upper and lower, separate them. I threw some foam along the bottom, just some thin stuff to keep it from kind of rattling around. But the way I'm going to pack it is also going to protect the equipment. So we see here I have some room to spare corner to corner. If I wanted to bring a longer rifle, I definitely could do that. I definitely could fit it in there. The pistol I'm going to shoot is going to be my Night Fighter. Who would have thought? And we're packing it in its own case that it came with. Really, this is a great case. I'm really happy that Joe Chambers sends his pistols out with this kind of case. So I got my gun, my X300 Uniform Bravo, right, fresh batteries that actually work in the gun. That's probably important. Zero RMR, of course. This is like the 4th RMR this gun has had. And then we got some slots in here. So I'm just fitting my 170, my 155 millimeter mag in those slots. So we'll have all the bullets because this is a competition. And then on the outside pocket, I have the rest of my mags I'm going to bring to this match. How many mags will I need for a match? How many mags will you need for a class? Honestly, not that many. But I like to bring spares just in case, right? You never know what's going to happen. And a mag is essentially no weight, right? It doesn't have any factor in what you can bring, so why not just have the mag? I'm bringing my Staccato P, right, in its own case. It's kind of like a spare gun, just in case something happens to my Night Fighter. Right, I would pack that right here. We're going to shoot this gun actually tomorrow, so we'll not pack it yet. But I have my spare holster for the Staccato P on the QLS fork with the RDR gear straight drop plate, the OT Defense nub mod, the Cheeto guard removed, and I've shaved the holster down a little bit. So this is now just a level 2. I'll just toss that guy right in there. On that note, I'm going to be running this like classic, I guess now it's like just a very common belt kit in Desert Digital AR1, whichever flavor you want to call it. Could I do this match without looking like Tactical Timmy? Yes. I think you could do pretty much anything that looks like Tactical Timmy. However, this is going to make my life a lot easier. We'll just walk around the belt. I got 2 pistol mag pouches right here. These are actually MP7 pouches, but they fit 2011 mags just fine. I have 1 AR mag pouch, kind of like a HSGI Taco, a Blue Force Gear SSE pouch, right? This is like a 10-speed pouch. So I really am a huge fan of this pouch because it is very compact, very light. Right? It's there if I need it, and it's out of the way if I don't. So I'm usually not a huge fan of dump pouches because they're always in the way. This one's a little bit different, and I don't have to use it. Gloves in case I need them for whatever reason. An IFAK with equipment that I know how to use and I know where it is. A soft tee, and then lastly, my Safariland holster for the Night Fighter. So I've modified this holster a little bit, again, with the straight drop plate, the QLS fork, the nub mod. I also did some modifications on the muzzle end to fit that 5-inch gun. We have the belt, the inner belt in here already, so I can't forget that or lose that. I'm going to take this, drop it right in there, it'll fit just fine. I got my sling. This is a 2-point adjustable. I think it's called Grave Defense. Anyway, pretty cool. They made it with a Desert Tiger stripe, so like we gotta win like the Fashion Wars, right? QD points, of course, because who's not using a QD point? It's crazy. If you're using a 2-point adjustable sling, it doesn't really matter what brand it is. If it isn't like a piece of shit, it's fine. Whether you like the Vickers sling, the VTAC, whichever one makes you happy, just use that one. Chemlite, I don't know, maybe I'll need it, who knows. I have the classic issued light now. Has a bunch of different settings, red, blue, white, IR. Keep that one in my pocket because I need a second light. And then the headlamp that you should be wearing on your neck, right, so that it will be pointing down, not in people's faces, and it stays out of your way, out of your other equipment. So this is definitely a must for anything at night, but I'm also pretty sure that it's on the packing list for this particular match. All right, so all these things have lights. Spare X300 Uniform Bravo, that's going to go with the spare gun. The charger for my Surefire dual fuel. All right, that'd be pretty awkward to not have the batteries charged when I need them. Some spare 123 Alphas, a little Surefire pod. Boring MSA Sword and Ear Pro that have been all over. You should absolutely have electronic ear pro. Not only do the muffs tend to work better, but you can hear range commands, you can hear what's going on, you can hear what the instructor is saying, right? That's probably an important thing. This is my little maintenance kit. It's just a little tackle box that I have a bunch of different Allen keys, spare screws, spare fiber optics, or iron sights, batteries, a special tool for the acro, some Loctite, spare Geisley rail section, basically a bunch of little stuff to help you keep from having to go home down the range. Got my ALG Go Juice. This is my preferred lube. You can use whatever you like. And I'm going to keep this out of the box for now. As far as iPro, I'm bringing my Oakley Tombstone. Big fan of these because not only are the lens tints, the prism, designed for shooting, but so are the glasses. So nice, very thin stems on them that will not give you a headache under EarPro, and there's no frame around the lenses. So you have a nice uninterrupted view. Of course, I got some lens cloth and cat crap in there as well. That'll all go in this nice box. Again, good job, Oakley. Pretty good case. On the left, see we got our ammo. I'll probably throw some more 9mm in there. Bottom line, just have good ammo. That's something like Weapon 02. And I'm using this plastic ammo can so I can kind of just toss it in and not worry too much about damaging anything. I got 40 round PMag, some Gen 3 PMags, and I have some of these Gen 2s with the Cry Clip as well as the MagPod. So these are a really awesome kind of grab and go mag, and the MagPod is very useful for all kinds of stability. And lastly, on the inside, I just taped the chamber flag there so that I have one in case I need one, and I won't lose it. So I'll take this just as it is, close it up, lock it up, and then I'll be on my way. And it'll be pretty easy for me to transport all my kit. I'll just show off the handle right there. So super awesome case. And I can wheel this through an airport anywhere I have to go. I probably would not fly with it like this. For any other kind of transportation, no issue. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, thanks for tuning in.